Welcome to learning class. So today we are going to know about the answers along with their explanations of an academic IELTS reading passage. The title of the passage is The Sweet Scent of Success. So let's begin with the first 7 questions, which are we have to find that the information that is written in the questions, it is in which paragraph. So there are total 7 paragraphs A to G in this passage. So let's begin with the first question. The first question is description of one family member persuading another of selling cleaning products. So where in which paragraph of the whole passage is it described that one family member is persuading another family member to sell cleaning products? The answer is F paragraph. So let's see where it is written in the F paragraph. So in the F paragraph from the very first line only, Oskaline's next big break came when the daughter of a Colesmere executive used the product while on holidays in Queensland. So there was a Colesmere executive and his daughter. She used the product while on holidays in Queensland and convinced her father that shower power should be in Coles supermarkets. So shower power is a cleaning product that his daughter used, and she is convincing her father, which means she is persuading her father that this cleaning product should be in Coles supermarkets. Now, as his father is a Coles Meyer executive. So Coles supermarket is a supermarket. That means his father is the owner of this supermarket, and she wants her father to sell this shower power cleaning product in their supermarket, that is Coles supermarket. So that is why the answer is F. Now let's see what's the second question. An account of the cooperation of all factory staff to cope with sales increase. So when the sales increased, all the factory staff, they cooperated with each other to cope with the increase in the sales. The answer is E. So let's see where it is written in the E paragraph. So from the very first line only, shower power was released in Australian supermarkets in 1997 and became the top selling product in its category within 6 months. So it became the top selling product, which means its demand was very high. It was all hands on deck at the factory. So all hands on deck at the factory, it means that each and every employee of the factory were really cooperating with one another and working hard to meet with the increasing demand. Okay, what they were doing, they were labeling and bottling shower power to keep up with the demand. So it was all hands on deck, which means that all of the employees of the factory were really cooperating with one another to keep up with the increasing demand. So that is why the answer is E. Now let's see what's the third question. An account of the creation of the formula of shower power. So where in this whole passage there is an account that how the formula of shower power was created. So the answer is C paragraph. So let's see where it is written in C paragraph. So here one of Tom Quinn's sons. So one of the sons of Tom Quinn was Peter Quinn. Okay, he was aged 24 at the time. He began working with the chemist on the formulas. So he was the one who started working on the formulas, looking at the potential for citrus based cleaning products. Now he was particularly looking at the formulas of citrus based cleaning products, and then after 2 lines it is written that Peter looked at citrus ingredients such as orange peel to replace the petroleum byproducts in cleaners. He is credited with finding the shower power formula. So definitely when he looked into the citrus ingredients such as orange peel, which can be replaced in the cleaners, so that is how the shower power formula was created by Peter Quinn. So this is written in C paragraph. That is why the answer is C. A fourth question is an account of buying the original Oskaline company. So when the Oskaline company was originally bought, it is in B paragraph. Let's see. So in B paragraph, 3rd line, in 1995, Tom Quinn and John Harron bought a struggling cleaning products business. So it was not that good business at that time when they bought it. So the name of the business was Oskaline and they bought it for 250,000. Okay, so in B paragraph, it is written that Oscaline was bought. So definitely the answer is B. Now the fifth question is description of shower power's international expansion, where in the whole passage has been written about the overseas, or you can say international expansion of the shower power business in G paragraph. Okay, let's see. In G paragraph, fourth line, with a tried and tested product, Oscline is expanding overseas. So this is the international expansion that they're talking about and developing more power brand household products. Tom Quinn, who previously ran a real estate agency, says we are competing with the same market all over the world. The cleaning products are sold everywhere. So in the whole world, the cleaning products are sold everywhere. It is the international expansion of this company. So that is why the answer is G. Now, sixth question, the reason of changing the packaging size of shower power. Why the packaging size of shower power was changed? What was the reason behind it? Let's see the D paragraph. So from the very first line of the D paragraph, let's read. To begin with, shower power was sold only in commercial quantities. So firstly, it was only sold in commercial quantities. That means in a very large quantities. But Tom Quinn decided to sell it in 750 ml bottles. So he decided to change the packaging size into the 750 ml bottles. So from large to small bottles, they decided to change the packaging size. And why they did it? The reason we have to locate here, after the constant raves, because there were constant raves from the customers. Raves means like constant, you can say appreciations or constant recommendations from customers, so as the customers appreciated the product very much, so that was the reason why they decided to change the bottle size, because customers were traveling long distance to buy supplies. So because it was sold in commercial quantities, they traveled long distances to buy supplies, and others began writing to Oscaline to say how good shower power was. So as the shower power product was appreciated a lot by their customers, so definitely they tried to sell it in a small bottles, because that would be very easy for customers to carry it, to make it easy for their customers. So that is why this is the only reason they changed the packaging size of the product. Now the seventh question, an example of some innovative ideas. So where are some innovative ideas written in this passage in a paragraph? Okay, let's see here. Some ideas that innovators are spruiking to potential investors include new water saving shower heads. So this is an idea. A keyless locking system. So this is another idea. Ping pong balls that keep pollution out of rainwater tanks, making teeth grow from stem cells inserted in the gum, and technology to stop LPG tanks from exploding. So these are examples of all the some innovative ideas, that investors are usually talking about nowadays. So A paragraph is the answer of the seventh question. And now with this, the answers of the first seven questions we know. Now let's move on to the questions 8 to 11. So in these type of questions, a list of statements is given. There are five statements, A to E, and there are four persons. The names of four persons are given as the questions 8 to 11. So we have to match these persons with these statements, what they talked about or what they explained or described, whatever. So let's begin with the first question, that is 8th. Grant Kearney, what he said. He said, the answer is C option. So that is why he believed that innovations need support to succeed. So Grant Kearney believes that innovations are only successful when they have support. Okay, so let's see where it is written. So in the first paragraph only it has been written here, in the last third line, ideas by themselves are absolutely useless. So if someone has an idea, it is absolutely useless, he says. So this he, it refers to Grant Kearney, because they were talking about Grant Kearney here. An idea only becomes innovation when it is connected to right resources and capabilities. So an idea, when it is almost by itself, it is useless, but when it has support. So for support, they have written when it is connected to the right resources and capabilities, only then it becomes an innovation. So when innovation will be successful, when it will have some kind of support. So definitely the answer is C of this eighth question, Grant Kearney. Now, ninth question, Tom Quinn. Answer is A, which means that Tom Quinn described his story of selling his product to a chain store. So, Tom Quinn described how he sold his product to a chain store. Let's see where it is written in the passage. Okay, so the answer is in D paragraph. From the fifth line, we did a dummy label and went to see Woolworths. So we don't know at present what Woolworths is. So this is said by Tom Quinn that there was a dummy label and they went to see Woolworths. The Woolworths buyer, okay, took a bottle home and was able to remove a stain from her basin that had been impossible to shift. Okay, so now we know that he is talking about his cleaning product. Now he went to some Woolworths buyer and she took that bottle, that cleaning product bottle, to her home and was able to remove a stain from her basin that firstly had been impossible to remove. And from that point on, she championed the product. Okay, she liked the product a lot, and Oskaline had its first supermarket order, which means now we know that this Woolworths was a supermarket because Oskaline had its first supermarket order for a pallet of shower power worth $3,000. So we can see that this is how Tom Quinn explained how he sold his product to a chain store, the first supermarket order that he got for his company Oskaline. Okay, so this is the explanation, and that is why the answer is A. Now the 10th question, Peter Quinn, answer is D. So which means that Peter Quinn believes new products like shower power may incur risks. So when there are new products like shower power, almost every time risks are involved, this Peter Quinn believes. So let's see where it is written. In F paragraph, it has been written, third line. Despite the product success, Peter Quinn says the company was wary of how long the sales would last. So wary, it means cautious, or you can say careful. So the company knew that there were risks involved, okay, because they know how long the sales would last, and that is why, as they knew about the risks, they hesitated to spend money on upgrading the manufacturing process. Okay, so they knew the risks were involved, and so that is why they remember long periods of working round the clock to keep up with orders. They didn't upgraded their manufacturing process, so still small tanks were used and batches were small and bottles were labeled and filled manually. Okay, the finally when the equipment could not keep up with the demand, then they purchased a new bottling machine for $50,000, but then they got ripped off. They were charged too much for this bottling machine. So there were risks involved and they knew about it. And who says this? Peter Quinn. So definitely the answer of the 10th question would be D. And now the 11th question, Belinda McDonnell. Answer is B, which means that she explained there was a shortage of money when sales suddenly increased. So when sales suddenly increased, there was shortage of money. So let's see where it is written. It is written in the E paragraph from the last third line. This stage, so which stage they are talking about? When the Oskaline ditched all other products and rebuilt the business around shower power. So when the Oskaline company, it didn't produce any other products, they just produced shower power. So this stage recalls McDonald, so it's the last name. Okay, Belinda McDonnell was the full name, was very tough. It was hands to mouth. Cash flow was very difficult. So as she's saying that cash flow was very difficult, which means that at this stage when sales suddenly increased, there was shortage of money. Cash flow was very difficult. So Oskaline had to pay the new line fees to supermarket chains, which also squeezed margins. So there were costs also included that Oskaline needed to pay, and that also reduced the money, which means there was shortage of money. So definitely the answer of the 11th question is B. Now let's move on to the next two questions, 12 and 13, which are MCQs. So let's see what the 12th question is. Tom Quinn changed the bottle size to 750 ml to make shower power. This we had already, learned how why they changed. What was the reason why they changed the bottle size? So the answer is, wait a sec. The answer is option B, appealing to individual customers, because they wanted the shower power product appealing to individual customers. That is why they changed the bottle size to 750. Let's see again where it was written. Okay, in the D paragraph, shower power was sold only in commercial quantities, so they decided to sell it in 750 ml bottles after the constant reefs, because the customers appreciated the product a lot, and that is why, to make it more appealing to them, they changed the bottle size. So that is how the answer is B option. Let's see what were the other options. A option was easier to package. No, it was not written that it was quite easy to package in small bottles. That is why they changed. It has not been written. So definitely the A option cannot be the answer. C option was to make shower power popular in foreign markets. No mention of any foreign markets is there in this paragraph. So no, C option will not be our answer. And D is to make shower power attractive to supermarkets. So they sold the supermarket. They got the first supermarket order afterwards. So it was firstly that they changed the size into 750 ml bottles. So this cannot be the reason. Okay, now let's see what's the last question of this passage. Why did Tom Quinn decide not to sell Oscaline? So why did he decided not to sell the business, the Oscaline company? Because he wanted to keep things unchanged. Okay, so he wanted to keep things as they were. Now let's see where it is written. It is written in the last paragraph, G paragraph, in the last lines. Oscaline has been approached with offers to buy the company. So there has been offers, that someone want to buy the Oscaline company, but Tom Quinn says he is happy with things as they are, which means that he is happy to keep the things unchanged. He wanted to keep things unchanged as they are because he is happy. We are having too much fun. That is what he says, that they are having too much fun. So he simply didn't want to sell the company because he was quite happy with it as the things were. So the A option was no one wanted to buy Uscreen. That is wrong, because there were offers, from many other companies to buy this Oscillane company, but he did not want to sell it. Okay, now the B option is new products were being developed in Oscillane. No, this was not the reason. Okay, because the things were as they were. No new products were being developed in Oscillane. C option is he couldn't make an agreement on the price with the buyer. No, he simply just didn't want to sell Oscillane because he wanted to keep things unchanged. So that is why the option is our answer. And now with this, the answers we have come to know of this reading passage, The Sweet Scent of Success. Still, if you have any doubt, you can just ask me in the comment section. From my side, I have, made a lot of effort to make you understand about the explanations of all these answers. Okay, so that's for today. Thanks. Have a nice day.